Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Total War 3 Kingdoms. Last time around we smited that fool, that upstart warlord that controlled this one region right here. We really trashed that guy. I just kind of realized looking at the map here, we've got a red like war border all along our southern border and kind of in the north as well. So we're at war all over the place. Luckily for me, most of it is Han Empire, so they're not really gonna attack. I think we've got one warlord here, and then this is Han Empire as well, I believe. So yes, right, let's go ahead and take a look here. So we took this town, and since then Cao Cao has marched north to deal with an incursion by these guys, the mountain clan up here, which has come down to attack us, and I thought I would be pretty safe, but I missed the fact that we've got a little village here that they're gonna attack. And yeah, we're gonna hopefully Cao Cao is definitely gonna go able to smite them, I believe, with his army. But we have another problem. So I'm not entirely sure for what reason, but there was a let's see if I can remember who it was. I think it was this guy, which was unfriendly, and he asked his liege lord, which is this guy, Liu Biao. I think that's how you pronounce it, Liu Biao. Liu Biao. He at least he asked Liu Biao to declare war on me. So now Liu Biao is at war with me, and he is actually I think a proper warlord. So this could be troublesome. The yellow turbans, which came out of here, that actually came 2 full stacks, or close to full stacks, that came out to raid this farmland, both of which were taken care of by this guy, Yuan Shu, which was kind of interesting because I have no deal with Yuan Shu, and technically he just barged into my territory without having proper cause, and he slew those 2 armies for me. So it kind of saved the region for now, but given that Liu Biao has gone ahead and declared war on me with his henchmen, we could probably see another force marching across this bridge rather soon. So we're really darting back and forth across our kingdom. Also up here, I noticed that what's it called? Wait, Juan Chao. This is Juan Chao. What's this guy called? Juan Chu. Juan Chu and Juan Chao. This is the thing, like I said before. It's really hard to keep track of all of these when you don't really know the players. I've been looking at a few, like I looked at, there's a series, a Chinese series about this, which I looked a little bit on, to kind of get an idea of like what the players are. So I kind of know the big players at least. So I did know Juan Chao. Anyways, so I think I talked a bit about that before, that historically, sort of, I held, or Cao Cao held all the land south of the, was this Yellow River? Yeah. He held everything south, and Juan Chu held everything north, and then at some point they declared war, and there was a massive battle where Cao Cao managed to outmaneuver Juan Chu at this sort of river crossing battle where they moved their pieces around. Juan Chu bringing, I think, 110,000 men, and while Cao Cao having around 40,000 under his command, but with clever maneuvering and Bill having secured certain forts and stuff, he absolutely trashed Juan Chu, and he later on fell apart. Right, very nice. So I really don't want John Chua to get a bridgehead on this side of the river, because I can see he's moving down here. I'm not entirely sure. He might be here to smite this guy, but I'm pretty sure they're at war with this guy as well.
Focus
So we moved for my son and half brother moved up to lay siege to the town. Really, I would have wanted them to gather full strength. We're not going to charge the town. We're just going to lay siege to it and hopefully siege the place out and then take control of it. John Chua has he's got so many men.
Not today.
And I think I noticed somewhere, I think we need to keep an eye on like what kind of troops we have.
Impossible.
I've gone ahead and started changing out some of the troops that I currently hold. Let's see. I think we've done it a little bit here. Yes, so I've changed it out a little bit to be more what I talked about before, about sort of having a Napoleon style of it, of having each of the brigades basically being able to act as small armies, and then you can kind of bring them together to form a greater army in that sense. So they would have, so each brigade would have cavalry, infantry, and bowmen, or maybe artillery. In this case, my hot-headed officer, he's a champion. He has only infantry. But what I'm gonna add and done is I've switched some units out, and I'm not entirely sure if the Saber Militia is that good. I think I've seen Spearmen hold out a lot longer. And I wonder if it might be more useful. Also, I noticed that some units take a lot of damage from arrows. But I think, and I saw some comments about them being kind of overpowered, but I think it's just units that don't have shields, or units that don't have, since most of these are militia units, it's not that surprising that units get absolutely trashed when they basically have a t-shirt on and they get swarmed by arrows. Yes. So we're gonna keep an eye in the south. Hopefully we'll be able to do this siege, and hopefully Cao will go ahead and deal with this one. And that will be the episode. Beyond that, Liu Bian, I have kind of used my credibility to up the relationship with him.
Welcome.
And I should really, not alliance, but we should see if I haven't. Maybe I already have a treaty with him of we have a non-aggression pact. So I'm kind of safe to the north after I deal with this guy, so we can focus on the south. And given that most of the south, like all of this, is Han Empire, I can kind of focus in on what's going on here. Or at least, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to stall these guys, but I'm not entirely sure we're going to go in and take those territories, because that opens up a lot of problem. And instead, I'm going to kind of go look at the coast and increase there, before we go ahead and deal with these guys, to just increase and get some bigger armies, and then find a stable kind of border here, where I can hold. And then we go and just crush out towards here, where we crush Liu Bian and John Shu and the whatever else kind of idiots live out here. So that's kind of the plan. Let's see if we can execute it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end turn, and we'll see what the enemy comes up with. Right, so Liu Dai moves down from the mountain to attack me, Cao Cao, and he attacks one of my villages and is gonna go straight for it. And one thing to note here is that he actually brings a trebuchet. So he's got some siege equipment. Other than that, he brings in a lot of halberdier infantry or militia and some bows. I have a lot of bows and a lot of light sword infantry. It's going to be very unlikely for me to win this battle, but we're going to try. So without further ado, let's see if we can defend this farmland. Right, so the enemy has marched down from the hill and come down to the fertile farmlands of Cao Cao and try to take them. We'll try to stop them as best as possible. However, there's probably not... I don't think I have that great of a chance to win this. Mostly because of the fact that they've got generals. And also a lot more infantry and stuff. My plan will be to try and avoid the trebuchet as much as possible. Sitting on the hill will probably be hit to shit. I kind of dislike the fact that there's seemingly always the same map. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna sit back here. And the thing with that is, as we can see, yeah, now they disappeared. So we can't see them, they can't see us. So I'm hoping if we kind of set it up like this, with these guys out here. When the enemy either comes with invisible range up here, we can pelt them with arrows, or if they come around here. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I should have just one unit, kind of scout thing, here to begin with. We'll see how well that works. If these guys start shooting directly, we're gonna have to move that guy immediately. So let's just go ahead and start. And yeah, looks like they're about to shoot.
Hurry!
Run, 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 run! Flee! Back to the rice fields we go! I can't see any projectiles, so I guess we're safe.
Swords drawn!
We can still kind of see the enemy from over here.
Wait!
Oh. Looking at the threat low at this point. Is it gonna say when it fires? Oh, they're loading. Shit.
Quick march!
Run, 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 run. Get away.
Blades, prepare!
There's still some peasants down here that's got no idea that suddenly the area is going to be full of flaming projectiles. Looks like the enemy is going to go this way though, which I kind of like, because it's going to go ahead and kind of help us that they're not going to have complete dominion of the high ground. Right, I guess the message is spread among the peasants, so they have realized. Okay, so they're kind of going straight kind of towards here. We're gonna have you go back.
The time has come.
And I think we're gonna... Oh shit! There they started actually firing at us. Not that accurate though. Or I wonder if it is, if we're on the back side of the hill.
Get moving.
That is going to be really hard to hit, because otherwise they're going to hit here, or they're going to hit beyond. So it's going to be really hard
Blades ready.
to hit us here, and it would be nice just to have them waste maybe their ammo, rather than them actually being able to shoot us properly. That's a lot of them. Oh, they set fire to a tree. Like the effect though. I believe that a unit close to burning stuff actually receives a morale debuff. Like it says, close to fire. It's lucky that the farmers, it didn't spread to the farmers. Some bastards really still work the fields. Okay, they're closing in. The catapult is within range, but I don't think they can actually see the guys back there, so that's why they're not firing on them. They keep rolling them up though. I wonder if, given the army location, if we shouldn't put a little bit of spacing in between the archers.
Archers, prepare!
Just in case. And kind of make
Get moving!
the units...
March, warriors! Go!
Okay, I'll kind of run out of area then. If we're gonna have to go like this.
Move!
To have
Make ready!
spacing in between them.
At the ready!
Okay, I can't run out of space there.
Onward! Stand ready! Archers ready!
Okay, so once they kind of come over this here, we can absolutely shoot them to pieces with the archers. And most of the units are halberdiers without shields, so that should be an easy task to do. At some point here, yeah, I'm gonna have to fall back with the swordmen because they are within range of the archers. So at this point,
To attention!
I guess we'll have to fall back,
March out!
and it's now just a hope for the best. The trap is set, my lord, to the best of our ability. Anyways, maybe I'll spread out the units a little bit too far out here, and maybe I should have this archer unit back here, and then switch it with the general, then moving back with the captain, the commander of this force. Switch those two units.
To attention! Archers! Stand ready! Go!
Okay, they've seen
With
across
speed!
the hill. We are
Swordsman!
taking fire at this point.
Swordsman, ready! Move
I'm
now!
gonna call my men back a bit.
Steel yourselves!
We have started shooting them.
Blades, prepare! Onward!
They're
Blades,
missing so far.
get moving!
There's tons of them coming down from the hill. And there's tons of the mountain rice field.
The time has come! Do not relent!
Counter charge!
Shoot! Show no mercy!
Ooh, I'm kind of lucky because they keep missing with the. We're kind of breaking this side.
Woman, stand ready!
Before these guys completely break,
March out!
let's have this
Run!
unit move around.
Bowman,
I want you to
Open
fire
fire!
there, and then
loose!
you can fire
Archers,
there.
That's it! Go!
If I can get you to come in, fire in the flank, that would be gold.
Archers ready! Missiles! Fire!
So they fire here and they fire into the flank. these unprotected units. My center is breaking. My right is kind of breaking as well.
To attention! Archers! Move! March now! Now!
Ooh, it kind of saved us there a little bit. Okay, so our right and center is falling apart.
Gather ready!
Thanks a lot to this archer militia.
Shoot! Let's fly!
We have targeted the generals a lot to kind of kill them. Nice. Let's not fire anymore there then, because I think our swordmen can deal with that on their own. We kind of kill that unit. We might be able to kill that one. Okay, our commander is dead. He was shot down by the crossbows.
Archers, prepare!
Okay, my army is falling apart now, all over the place.
Look, the enemy run! Craven!
But damn, we did.
To attention! Strike your targets! Move! Move!
We did a lot of damage to these guys.
Fight! Run!
Swordmen go after the crossbows. Ah, you're out of ammo as well.
Double time!
Oh no. Everyone we fall apart. And it's a valiant defeat. But I can imagine that we killed lots of their men. We were able to break a few units. But I mean, yeah, they were able to overwhelm us. Luckily for me, it seems as though their catapults, their trebuchets, were unable to inflict that much damage. They burnt a tree, and I think they hit some men here in the the command section. But otherwise, I think mostly what actually brought us down was this flank archer unit that I never really targeted, which I probably should have done, rather than have my archers fire for the enemy generals, because that never really went anywhere anyways. So we should have focused on the units instead. But yeah, there we have it. It was a really good battle, even though we lost. So let's go back to the campaign map, and hopefully, with this army so severely weakened, Cao Cao should have no problem whatsoever to sweep these guys away. So yeah, let's head back to the campaign map, shall we? And here we have the statistics of the battle. I thought we would have killed more, but we almost killed 1,000 men out of a 2,000 men army, so that's pretty darn good. Almost half of them were destroyed, but obviously we lost more men than they did. Highest killer on their side is apparently the catapult did get 181. I'm not entirely sure how much this is just the troops that were retreating divided in among their troops, but we can see that a lot of it was due to the archers. I don't know if the catapult actually well, if I watch the replay, I'll be able to see how many they got. And on our side, it really was the bows that did a lot of work. But yeah, we severely weakened them. However, we lost our territory. Yes, so we're back. We've got Hanfu, Xiangyang, settlement lost, buildings built, development, ambushes. So
impossible.
I guess I remember wrong. Here is the second stack of the yellow turbans, which is being chased down by John Chu at this point, and most likely going to crush them. So yeah, we've not seen Liu Biao turn up yet, which is good. They haven't broken the siege up here. And
in summer, the days are longer.
Looks like these guys.
Sweeter.
I wonder if.
Focus your rage.
Will they join me? Yes, I get all of them as reinforcing. However, given the towers, I think the easiest way is to delegate the battle Because if I don't, we're gonna suffer a lot of unnecessary casualties. Just, I think that's how it works. That when you actually play, the towers are a lot more deadly, and I can imagine the AI army gets, or the allied AI army gets absolutely shredded by the arrows. So we'll delegate. Yeah, I mean, it says a decisive victory with low casualties for us, so it should be fine. And I should be able to capture
Our victory is proof of
the
heaven's
capital.
approval.
We lost 800 men. I don't know how many of those, if that's comprised with... It seems like the entire army, because we deployed 5,000 men, including our allies. So it's not split down the middle to see who lost what. It seems like my men did a lot more than our allies, just looking at the numbers of kills. It seems like we still took the brunt of it, and especially my son, Cao Cao, which killed 200 men, which is almost the highest of the entire army. Gonna go ahead and occupy this.
They will thank us for
Challenge
this.
successful. Through cunning, the capital is saved. Legitimacy secured. Path of glory. However, I mean, it's the capital was burned to a crisp. So it's not like there's anything left here. Anyways, there was a challenge that we completed, and now we got another one, which is a falling star. Old alliances crumble. Alliances, even friendships, are only as durable as the times allow, and these are very fractious times indeed. The Yuan family were stalwart friends once, but there can be no room for companions that will ultimately bring us to ruin. So destroy the following factual Yuan Chao, which is kind of a major target. Right, so I guess the split in between me and Yuan Chao starts now. We are still allies. Kong Rong has taken this. I don't know how. Kong Rong is down here, so I don't know how many he managed to get all the way up here. But right, so and who's there? Liu Pia. Alright. So the alliance that we're kind of talking about is not necessarily... That's like the old history of things, where in the beginning going against... what's he called? Dong Cao. Now it's his son, Dong Min, that's control. But there were like a few noble lords that went against him, among other like Liu Bie, I think, and Yuan Chao, and Cao Cao, and maybe some of the guys down here that went together, but then the army splintered up due to fractious times, as it were. Anyways, we got this town.
How fair the people.
And since I actually control the town of the region, that should kind of put the faction support towards me, I believe. And we can see what kind of shit they've built here. Probably need to redo that. They actually got a trade port and a lumber yard, so we need to keep that in mind as we build this region up, which I think is gearing it towards trade, commerce, due to the trade port, but also towards industry because of the lumberyard. Killed in battle and killed in battle. Friends, so these two, Cao Ang and Cao Ren, are friends. Path to glory and occupation. Right. Also we get a point here. Cao Ren.
Home gladdens the heart.
I'm not entirely sure what to pick. Ranged armor piercing damage for his own army. Could be good. Bonus experience per unit. I think this could be good. We could have him go towards being like archer guy. I don't know. Contract corruption. Public order and administrative. Capturing enemy officers are also kind of good. Increased wall damage That's also kind of good, just because we lay siege a lot. So yeah, that's nice. And that they're friends. And hopefully he deals with that. And we'll have Cao Cao
All must unite.
move up to deal with these guys. Right, so right now it looks to be going pretty well. I hope not, because of the kind of quest we got, that there will be a decline in the relationship in between me and Cao Cao, because I am in nowhere feel that I'm nowhere ready to take him on, especially since he kind of got 3 full stacks and I only got 2, and the fact that I've got wars to take care of down in the south and all over the place. So we're gonna keep that in mind. I kind of want to, before I go against him, I kind of want to flesh out and take out this bit here. But then again, Liu Bian is pretty strong, and it's a lot of hard choices. I mean, we've got so much soft ground to take to the south of us, but we do not know what enemies lurk as we leave the plains here. Because if you look at the map here, as we leave the plains here, we got a lot of mountains. That could be the natural border that I'm kind of looking for to go and take out the Han and this faction right here, and try to just go to the mountain range and make that like our southward border for now anyways, before we look north. And since we're allied with Cao Cao, but I think, oh, we're allied with these guys, so definitely not maybe go for them immediately, but or like take a look at these guys first. With that said, I think we have reached. It's still kind of funny how she dislikes her son Xiao Bi. I don't know why. Doesn't really say. But for some reason she dislikes her. It's her middle son, I think. And then she has, yeah, it's middle son. So Cao Ang. Wait, oh, she's married. Oh, yes, she's married to Cao Ang. So her middle son for some reason, and I don't really know why we made him heir. Maybe there's some history there. I don't know. Anyways, I think we're gonna end it right here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.